let me record. Okay. Now this class is being recorded because you will get those who don't attend today's session, those who are absent today will get the recorded videos. Okay. So once again, good evening to all. Let us start the session. We were discussing about the Montessori based method of education or Montessori classroom environment, how we can organize and coordinate, or how we can set up a Montessori based classroom environment. Classroom environment is important for a student for learning. For you also, if you have a good kitchen, you will feel something to make new dishes, or you will feel a kind of freshness if your kitchen is arranged in an order. In the same way, classroom should be arranged where the students will get a kind of joyful learning experience. When the learning is joyful, then the actual learning process will take place. Okay. Okay. So let me start screen sharing. Others didn't. Sheena, Elena, H. Rose, Santa. All of you, please turn on your videos. Otherwise, your attendance will not be marked. You will not get internal marks. We want to know whether you are in the kitchen, whether you are attending. All of you, please take your notes. Open your textbook. You should sit with the ID card also. If you use the ID card for online class, 10% mark for the internal marks for the internal examination, Viva Voce examination. Okay. If you want first class mark. Otherwise, so Keninya, Ringsamale, then Dunmaya, Ajana Suresh, Santa, Q. 10 marks, 10% of the internal marks deducted. Okay. Okay. Okay, now Dunmaya from Nepal, she turned on video. Okay, so Dunmaya will get the 10 plus marks extra. Okay, let me start screen sharing. We were studying about the organization of a Montessori, environment and its design. Organization of a Montessori environment and its design. Okay, so one more minute. Okay. Anyway, let me start screen sharing again. Okay, Montessori environment. Montessori method of education, as you know, based on didactic apparatus and all. So Montessori means activity-based learning. That means child-friendly approach with the activity-based learning. In that way, how we will be able to make Montessori based environment in the classroom, and it should be designed in a way where the students will be attracted. Okay, success of Montessori education depends much on the specially prepared Montessori environment. Please understand this. Not this point. Success of Montessori method of education depends on the specially arranged environment, classroom environment. Okay, so infrastructure facilities needed in a Montessori house, house of children, Montessori house of children, indoor, all these things we already discussed. Now we are going to the next topic, outdoor. What are the facilities needed for outdoor? It is also in the textbook. You can also refer. All those things are available nowadays in all the pre-primary schools. Montessori means pre-primary education, nursery education, Montessori education, preschool education, LKG, UKG, kindergarten, and in some states they used to say it is a class A and class B, all are equal. Age group is same, but the method of education is different. Clear? ഈ നഴ്സറി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നത് അതൊക്കെയാണ് എല്ലായിടത്തും സെയിം ആണ്, പക്ഷെ ചില മെത്തേഡ് പഠന രീതി വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, ദീസ് ആർ ഔട്ട്ഡോറിൽ വരുന്ന ലിസ്റ്റ് ആണ്. Then this is specially prepared environment, classroom, its nature and facilities. Malayali students already നമ്മൾ ഈ സെഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞാണ്, അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പറയുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലാവും. Okay. Specially prepared environment. That is the classroom. Montessori classrooms are peaceful, happy places designed to meet the developmental needs of each child in every stages of life. See, the teacher, as a teacher, you are supposed to make your classroom peaceful. First, you have to make your home peaceful. Then only you will be able to make your classroom also peaceful. Think about yourself. Wherever you are, is that place, whether it is your home or your room, is it peaceful? If you are there, you should be, it is your duty to make it peaceful, happy place. Then learning will take place. Okay. There is no focal center to the classroom. This reflects that the teacher is not the focus of the children's attention, but that they are all one community together. That means in the traditional system or in the LKG, UKG, kindergarten section, method of education, rather than all other method of education gives focus to the class teacher. Class teacher will have the seating position in the center of the classroom. But in the Montessori section, it is not like that. In the Montessori system of education, because it will feel like a community together. Okay, bright and attractive on the wall, attractive colors, natural materials, fascinating cultural. Even if your school is not following Montessori method of education, at least you have to follow this classroom beautification policies. It is needed, and you can advise your management also. So listen carefully, be a good listener. But Montessori classroom of today can have many learning centers with the self-directed activities or circular seating for Socratic discussion. Students in these new classroom designs are Socratic discussion, the discussions based on intellectual activities, wealth information. Rather than being so competitive, students are cooperating more with each other, and students might have the role of mentor, tutor, or discussion leader. Here, each students help others to learn. Each one teach one in that way. So in Montessori method of education, peer group learning is important. Peer group learning means LKG or class 1 or M1 Montessori 1 students or Montessori 2 students can teach Montessori 1 students. Montessori 1 students will be taught by their just higher class students. Okay. Much of the didactic apparatus means the learning materials. Students work with the Montessori classrooms are self-corrective, which provide students the opportunity for self-evaluation and discovery. There are materials called as didactic apparatus. Learning materials in the Montessori classroom are called as apparatus. It is a tool for learning enhancement. Montessori's didactic apparatus provides a unique form of scaffolding. Scaffolding means folded with in an order. It can be extended, unfolded. Okay. So it will be, we already learned about the 5 main areas of Montessori method of education: early practical life, language, mathematics, GVS, cultural things and all. So to enhance those areas of education, there are many apparatus. Okay. So a typical Montessori environment encompasses the following. That means in all the classrooms, you as a teacher, you also should ensure that freedom of movement and the freedom of choice for children. See how beautifully designed concept. Freedom of movement and freedom of choice. Teacher is not giving the dictation, or teacher is not the dictator to punish children. Teacher is not the dictator or the king of the classroom just to rule and order, give the orders, and students are not the slaves to obey all those things which are ordered by the teachers. Instead of that, there is a freedom of choice in the Montessori class. Montessori classroom കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ഏതാണ് പഠിക്കേണ്ട ടോപ്പിക്ക് പ്രത്യേകം തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാം. അവർക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ആക്ടിവിറ്റി ചെയ്യാം. കുട്ടികൾ എപ്പോഴും പ്ലേ വേ മെത്തേഡ് കൂടിയാണ് പഠിക്കുന്നത്. Okay. Structure and order in the arrangements and sequence of the material. This is the number 2. There are teaching materials, teaching aids used in all the schools. That should be arranged in an order. Whether to learn for language, whether to learn mathematics, it should be arranged in an order. And order is also given in the textbooks. An atmosphere that is attractive, warm, and inviting. There should be. Why some of you are no? None of your mic is not muted, so I mute everyone. Now you can use your chat box for communication. Thank you. An atmosphere that is attractive, warm, and inviting. The Montessori classroom atmosphere should be attractive and warm. That means the teacher should be energetic always, smart, enthusiastic, energetic. Then that emotion, that mentality will be automatically spreaded. Emotions are transparent. It will be communicated, or it will be transmitted from one person to another person. If I am happy, you will also be happy. If you are with me in the classroom. If I am energetic, I am enthusiastic, you will also be smart. So teacher should be smart enough. Okay. Materials that provide active learning experience. These are the typical encompasses the situations in the similarities. Typical environment means similarities in all the Montessori classrooms. Okay. So now we are going to understand the 6 principles of the Montessori prepared environment. Number 1, freedom. Already we discussed there is a freedom of choice, freedom of learning, freedom of activity, freedom of movement, exploration. Exploration means every learning activity is exploring. It is exploration. Okay. So structure and order. While structure and order means there is a discipline and there is an order, seniority and serial order for the keeping the apparatus. Okay. By using Montessori classroom environment as a microcosm of the universe, the child begins to internalize the order surrounding him, thus making sense of the world in which he lives. Beauty. Montessori environments should be beautiful. Whether your school is in an old Victorian mansion or in a strip mall or in the living room of your home, the environment should suggest a simple harmony. Uncluttered and well maintained, the environment should reflect peace and tranquility. The environment should invite the learner to come in and work. This atmosphere is easily seen by the attitude of those working there, both child and adult. Okay, so beauty of the classroom, beauty of the teacher, beauty of children. These things are important. And this is the third principle of the Montessori prepared environment. There are principles of Montessori method of education, and there are 6 principles of Montessori prepared environment. Okay. 4th principle of the Montessori prepared environment, nature and reality. Montessori had a deep respect and reverence for nature. It's a reverence. We do respect, we had to respect our nature and natural beauty. She believed that we should use nature to inspire children. She continually suggested that Montessori teachers take the children out into nature rather than keeping them confined in the classroom. This is why natural materials are preferred in the prepared environment. Real wood, reeds, bamboo, metal, cotton, and glass are preferred to synthetics or plastics. Okay. Social environment, where there is freedom to interact, children learn to encourage and develop a sense of compassion and empathy for others. As children develop, they become more socially aware, preparing to work and play in groups. This social interaction is supported throughout the environment and is encouraged with the nature of multi-age classroom settings. Multi-age classroom settings is the specialty of Montessori classroom environment, and it is the 5th point, that social environment. That is also, we should ensure social environment in the classroom. Intellectual environment, that means if the above aspects are not recognized, the intellectual environment will not reach its purpose. The purpose of the Montessori environment is to develop the whole personality of the child, not merely his intellect, but by guiding the child through the 5 areas of Montessori curriculum. That is practical life, sensorial, language, mathematics, and cultural subjects. These are the 5 important subjects. When you go after this course for interviews for the post of teacher, you are most commonly asked this question. Can you say which are the main 5 areas of Montessori education? 5 subjects of Montessori education. You can say early practical life, that is called EPL, sensorial learning, learning through senses, 5 senses. That's also very important. Language learning, language education, then mathematics to develop the arithmetic skills, and cultural and subjects. Cultural subjects means EVS, environment studies, and history, GK, all those things includes. Co-curricular activities, everything includes in the cultural subjects. Through developmentally appropriate sensorial material that moves hierarchically from simple to complex and concrete to abstract, children are given the freedom to fully develop their unique potential. Simple to complex means it is a teaching policy. Teachers should start from the simple points, simple topics to the complex topic. Okay, for example, teaching rainbow in the class, pre-primary class, in the Montessori class, first you teach them what is sunshine and what is rain separately. Then when it comes together, sunshine and rain, there shall be a rainbow. So the colors, all those things. Don't directly go to the rainbow. It is a complex and concrete to abstract. Concrete to abstract means concrete ideas are there. Sunshine and rain is a concrete idea, and rainbow is an abstract idea for some of the students, because sometimes they might have not seen in their life a rainbow. So in that way, we should help them to visualize the rainbow by picturizing, by creating imagination skills, all those things. This is also another teaching policy, concrete to abstract. There are 3 main teaching policies. One is not written in that, not given in the textbook. Another is known to unknown, known things to unknown. This policy should be kept in the mind of the teachers always while you are in the classroom. Okay, these are the teaching policies. Children are given freedom to fully develop their unique potentials. The didactic apparatus, Montessori materials. Didactic apparatus is synonymous with autoregulative. It's a method used to teach. ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ 3 ടീച്ചിങ് പോളിസീസ് പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടതാണ്, അത് നോട്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കാം. സിമ്പിൾ ടു കോംപ്ലക്സ്, ലളിതമായവരിൽ നിന്ന് സങ്കീർണമായവരിലേക്ക്, നോൺ ടു അൺനോൺ, അറിയുന്നവരിൽ നിന്നും അറിയപ്പെടാത്തവരിലേക്ക്, കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ടു അബ്സ്ട്രാക്ട്, യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമായവരിൽ നിന്നും അയഥാർത്ഥ്യമായവരിലേക്ക്. Okay, thank you. It's a method used to teach young children between the age of 3 to 6 years. 3 to 6 years is the age group for preschool children. That means the preschool age is 3 to 6 years. That is called the first early childhood period. Childhood is from 3 to 12 years. This 3 to 6 years period is called as early childhood. That's the most important period of a person, because that is the period where character formation is done, and learning interest can be created, and that is the basic foundation of the development, cultural and education development of a person. Okay. Blue line and activities, furniture. These are the list of items, apparatus. I think whenever I explain it in theoretically, you may not be able to understand. You can see this in the textbooks. Pictures are given, and in the Google also there are just type Montessori apparatus, didactic apparatus. It's given in the Google also. Okay, maintaining the environment. The first aim of the prepared environment is, as far as it is possible, to render the growing child independent of the adult. Montessori's idea of the prepared environment was that everything the child came in contact with would facilitate and maximize independent learning and exploration. That is a good idea, independent learning, to make a child to be independent. That is the main objective of education. This calm, well-ordered environment has a lot of movement and activity. Children are free to choose and work on activities at their own pace. Here, they experience a combination of freedom and self-discipline as guided by the environment. നോക്കൂ, ഈ ഇതില് ഇത്രയും കുട്ടികൾക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അവരൊരു ഫ്രീഡം, സെൽഫ് ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ, സ്വയം അച്ചടക്കം, then they are in a guided environment. So learning becomes fun, learning becomes joyful, learning becomes joyful here in the Montessori prepared environment classrooms. Okay, so Montessori ground rules for children. As the term implies, there are ground rules, basic things uh, regarding discipline. Okay, as the term implies, there are established limits of behavior which enable a number of children moving and working in close proximity to do so in harmony. In the Montessori classroom, a child may move about freely but not run or push. Okay, he or she may talk softly and respectfully but never shout. When the child is finished with his or her work, it must be returned to the shelf in its proper place. The following shows how the child's rights and responsibilities are nurtured, developed, and supported in a Montessori environment. These are the rights of the child. The child is free to work with any material displayed in the environment that she has had a presentation. The child may work on a table or a rug, whichever is suitable to the work chosen. The child has the freedom to use freedom as her needs dictate within the constraints of the rules. Okay, there are many rules, responsibilities of the Montessori children. These rules and responsibilities can be used by any teacher to bring discipline into your classroom also. Okay, these are the best ideas. Okay, so we completed the chapter number 3. Now we are moving ahead to the chapter number 4 and about the Montessori method of education theory, Montessori theory paper. Okay, assessment and evaluation in Montessori method. Just we will understand how these kind of things are just changed, but so most of the schools, some of the best schools following the strict Montessori method, they follow this evaluation and assessment method. Okay, that we will discuss in the next session. Now we are going to end up the session. Thank you all. Now this is the time for discussion. You may turn on your videos and you can unmute yourself. Let me allow you to unmute. You can unmute yourself now, allowing all the participants to unmute yourself. Now, this is time for discussion. You can ask questions. You can opine. You can clear your doubts now. Any question? Any doubt?
The didactic apparatus of Montessori materials. Can you explain it once more?
Apparatus.
Yeah.
The apparatus are the learning materials, teaching aids so used by the students for learning enhancement. കുട്ടികൾ പഠനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി അറിയോ മലയാളി?
Yeah.
The students പഠനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന Montessori tools are called as apparatus. There is a list of tools that is called apparatus. A list നമ്മൾ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് കൊടുത്തു. The list is given in the textbook. The apparatus means learning materials used in the Montessori classrooms. Okay. Okay. Any more question? Cholu, any question you can ask in Hindi, English, Malayalam, Tamil.
Sir.
Yes.
It was a part of our not
Can,
part
can
of
you
the
can you
lesson, but
can you turn on your video and ask question?
sir, my video is on.
Okay, then ask.
Sir, like if there is time, can you please teach us on topic of phonics, a little bit on phonics?
Of course, surely. Why not? See,
Because
some schools,
whenever I go for some interview, they always ask question on phonics.
actually phonics is not included in the Montessori or in the pre-primary curriculum, but some used to add it because some of the schools use like b, k, d, and all those things in that way. So we can also start, we can also just learn the phonic sounds,
Excuse me, sir.
phonetics, and all those things. And it will be
Uh,
taught by Madam Kisse
excuse me,
Vilehik.
sir.
Yes,
Sir?
sir. Even
Yes, Kisse.
Excuse me, sir. For phonics, the course fee is different. Those who are interested in taking phonics, they will have to pay another fees, but it's not
Yes, yes,
included here. But if time
yes.
permits,